Have you been wondering if there's another potty option for your puppy? I want to share one with you that is surprisingly not commonly known. I'm Daria, the person behind Apple Garden Chihuahuas, and this is Mona, my today's little helper. So let's get started. So, you brought your puppy home. I suggest to set up its area exactly the same way as it was done at the breeder's or previous home. It will help reduce some stress on the puppy and rather help it focus on bonding with you. In a playpen area, place the bed, a crate, and a washroom the way the puppy is used to. Get different types of toys to play and interact with. We will cover the best toy options in another video. This is the setup I use for my puppies. They have quite a spacious play area as well as all required parts for proper early training and socialization. As you can see, I keep a water dispenser at all times in the area and feed on age-appropriate schedule. For today's video, we will have pee pads as an example of a commonly used potty option here. After a couple of days, once the puppy is more familiar with the surroundings and its family, we can start the transition to the litter box. Here's what you will need: a couple of pee pads, a litter box, a scoop, and all natural wood pellets. Make sure it says all natural, because we don't want any additives or chemicals in it. Let's touch on some benefits of the pellets. First is smell. They do not smell bad. You may only have a scent of wood, but no nasty pee smell. The only time if it smells bad, it means you need to clean the poop. Accidents. An important one here is when your pup is used to pellets, they are less likely to have accidents on the carpet. They start to differentiate that they pee on the hard pellet surface and soft surface is either a bed or a play area. Unlike pee pads, where it's very common for puppies to confuse why they are a good boy or a good girl by going on one soft surface, but are bad by going on another. Safety. Though not recommended for continuous consumption, but if the puppy eats 1 or 2 pellets, it will just pass through the system. Again, highlighting here that it must be all natural pellets. Then it's the same thing as them eating a wood stick outside. The pee pad, as you may know, if much of it is consumed, can cause an obstruction. They do not dissolve in the puppy's stomach and can only be removed surgically. Cost. Pellets are much more cost-effective. You can get a 40-pound bag just for $7 in most tractor supply stores. We get ours at Canadian Tire. And the bag will last you with 1 or 2 dogs for about a month or even more if you will be using pellets as a backup to outside potty. Aesthetics. Pellets are much more aesthetically pleasing. You can use it for a week or 2 and it will still look presentable. Unlike pee pads where you have a massive yellow ugly spot so that you have to change it after each time. Convenience. It is a great option for any traveler, as you can place pellets in your hotel room or bring to any of your road trips. If you sometimes have longer shifts at work or have to go to an evening event, if your dog is familiar with pellets, you can have a peace of mind that your dog is taken care of. I think it's the same as having an automated feeder or water dispenser for those reasons I mentioned above. Okay, so now that we covered why this skill is important, let me show you how to transition your puppy to the pellets. We talked about keeping the puppy setup the same way, and now you will place your litter box on the same exact spot where the pee pad was, and then put the pee pad inside the litter box. I recommend to play with your puppy to go in and out of the litter box, just so it's used to the idea of stepping over something. If your dog isn't comfortable initially with a box that has higher rims like the one I have, start with lower ones. You can also use a baking pan to start. Just make sure the pad isn't sliding in and out. So once your puppy is fully comfortable with the litter box idea, you can move to the next step, adding pellets. Take a small amount of pellets and lay on top of the pee pad. Let the puppy smell it. He can also nibble on it initially. This passes as they realize what it's used for. make sure not to negatively react to this behavior. If you scare the puppy, he may be afraid to use the pellets, thinking it's not something you approve of. The new texture may be initially uncomfortable and unusual for the puppy. You may see they're hesitating to go into the litter box. That's exactly why we need them to be completely and fully happy with the litter box itself before adding the pellets. Encourage the puppy to go. You may need to place him in the first couple of times. And of course, don't forget to praise with happy voice and some cookies after he finally uses the pee pad with pellets. This process may take a little while. You may want to gradually add more pellets weekly until the puppy is independently going into the litter box and on the pellets. Then you can completely remove the pee pad and fill with pellets. After a couple of days of successful use of the pellets, you can move them to your preferred location. We keep the litter box in the washroom, just like for a cat. The cleaning procedure of the pellets is quite easy. The poop you flush in your toilet as you find it, it won't get hidden or covered like with the cat litter. The urine will soften the pellets, and as they dry out, they become of sand-like texture. Once the pellets are more of a dusty mess, you can change them. With one puppy, one litter box can last for a week or two. It's a great eco-friendly option, and it's also compostable, so you can dispose of them into your green garbage bin. Try them out!